The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing, says Walt Disney. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Coffee Club. Today, we have an in house discussion centered around a very fascinating yet a crucial topic: prerequisites of starting a company. It all definitely starts with an idea, but an idea alone will not be sufficient. So it's about nurturing the idea and building a solid foundation and navigating challenges with creativity and resilience. So let's dive into this exciting discussion and uncover the essential elements to pave the path to entrepreneurship. Together, let's explore how dreams can transform into thriving enterprises. So, my question to all those who have been an entrepreneur or who are still on the verge of beginning one or who have started, what inspired you to start your own company and what gap in the market are you trying to address?
The first thing to start a company is about getting into our own a phase of work. The second thing which motivated to start is consulting. Actually, I'm into a consulting firm. So having my own consulting firm was a passion. So I just thought to pursue with that. So I've just lent the seed for it. And the gap that we are addressing is every practice and systems either or other way has advantage and disadvantage. So I need to cover up the disadvantages which is faced by the customers and make sure they are having a smooth transactions in their technical aspects. Like if they want to come up with some software installments or if they want to uh, let them to know how to use their data analysis, all these things can be done in this our company. So that is the agenda of the purpose.
So can you give us exactly example what are the services you're providing? Very pictorial presentation like A or B, how so can you make us understand?
Okay. So there are four major services that we are providing. The first service is cybersecurity, and the second one is networking. Third one is data analyst, and the fourth one is cloud security. All these four, we have certain amount of vendors with us, and the client when they need help in the cybersecurity or this one, cloud security, networking, data analyst, they will give us a quotation that these are their budget and these are the requirements and how much years they want the service, all these things. And they will be also giving what and all issues they are facing. Based on that, we will search a vendor for them and we will connect that vendor with the client. Our job is to, when they are giving the requirement, they need to understand what and all aspect they can cut down and what and all aspect they can um, like take into consideration which to prioritize and which to deprioritize. All these things, as a consultant, we will give them advice.
Okay. Let's imagine somebody starting their company like yours, consultancy or any other thing. How to reach out to clients? How to get the clients?
First thing is, we need to go through our known resources. So ours is a sole proprietor company. So we don't have any partner. We are not a LLP or private limited. We are sole proprietor company. Since my dad was into the field for 35 years plus, and I'm also into IT, so we will reach out to known sources. And later on, based on our service, the word of mouth, they are coming up. And also, we have our presence in LinkedIn, so Instagram, Facebook. So that also people are coming and reaching out to us. So the marketing is done through the social media and also word of mouth. This is the two prioritized marketing.
Who is actually looking after marketing in your company or who is dedicated for the
My
marketing?
my dad is actually a marketing guy. Like he has 35 years of experience, and now also he's working as a director in sales. So he's taking care of the marketing completely. And I'm also helping him out in between. So since we are a new startup and we can't recruit so many people, the based on the budget constraints and all, main prioritized peoples we need to have. So currently we are taking the marketing in hand.
What is the estimated budget you prepared to invest in the business in the beginning?
We are a small business right now, so we invested around 10 lakhs to complete the registrations and the rent advance. And also we need to do some interior works because it's a company. So we need to maintain some interiors based on that. So on that we spent, and hiring resource was also, they apart from resource, there were like few other peoples like cleaning and admin systems, like these peoples we hired. So, and also we have a CA for ourselves. So these are the major spend we did, and it was around 10, and actually it's going, but as of now 10 has been spent, but the budget we kept was 15.
Ma'am, what unexpected costs should a business owner plan for when starting a new company?
Oh, sorry, Anman, your voice is
Besides registering your company, unexpected cost
unexpected cost. Okay. Mm-hmm.
should a business planner plan for?
The unexpected cost will be first thing is resource. Sometimes we need a resource who is very good in skills, but we won't get them in expected budget. If the person is worth enough to take in the demanded budget, then we have to spend on him because we need a skilled people to give a quality product. So that is the first unexpected spend. Second is interior and planning. Sometimes the material cost immediately goes up. For example, we purchased few laptops. So now they have increased the tax on commercial goods. So the laptop price is also increasing. So our budget was around 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs. It went beyond 3 lakhs now. So that's a cost we are facing issue. Majorly three things. First thing, the resource. Second thing, the laptop and other things, the electronic ones. And the third thing is the interiors and these. And also we need to pay some fees for CAs as well. So that also was unexpected because we thought we will do it initially with our own knowledge, but some documents and stuff, because the CAs into that process, they were able to easily guide us. But without CA, we struggled a lot. So we hired a CA for that. So that was a unexpected cost.
Do you have some kind of plan to face those unexpected causes? Backup plan?
So my dad is already a director and he has a salary. So I'm also earning. So we thought like we will save some amount for company every month. So with that, we started spending on that.
Ma'am, actually, so there is a budget and all for the every business, right? How to start a business with a zero cost? Can you please give some advice?
With zero cost.
Yes,
First thing, you need to have a GST. Are you starting the company in a like sole proprietorship or partnership in any basis?
partnership, ma'am.
Partnership. So, for example, for partnership and sole proprietorship, mostly the process are same, and you have to get a GST first to recognize you as a company. Eventually, the client will recognize you only when you have a GST and you are a valid company. So GST, you have to spend on the applications, all these stuff. They will be this one inspection for you. So either if you are starting a virtual company as well, there should be a physical address where the office is there for you. At least a minimum setup office should be there. That is the expected one from the GST officials. And you have to explain them what kind of job you're going to do, how much resources will be working, how much, what and all things you'll be using in your business. All these questions will be raised for you. They will do a check. And after that, after arriving the GST, you need to register yourself. And second thing, you have to make sure that the office is fully ready for peoples to work in. Because when we were into GST process, they were expecting us to do all these things. And your stamp bank account should be ready. So initially, at least you have to spend 50,000 in your business because of
Yes,
GST
ma'am.
itself.
Yes.
Okay, completely
Yes.
zero cost is like if you're selling something in online, okay, that is fine. You can actually have a zero cost. But eventually, when you're taking product from some other people, you have to pay for it. So all these things are there. So when you're establishing yourself as a company, GST is mandatory in India.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
How to bribe GST officials and get it done?
Okay. So there are two kinds of people. First thing, who will take a bribe. Second thing, who don't take a bribe, who's very straightforward and very strict. Actually, the guy who came was the second person who was very strict, and he saw some issues with the landowner document. Like he felt like that property is not belonging to him, so he rejected. So again, we went the process of GST. But there are people who come and ask for bribe. So once we give them what they ask, they will. It depends on the company's size. For example, ours is like 5 to 6 people company. But people who are starting like 20 to 30, a big investment, they based on that thing, they will keep the range. That is happening. It's not, I'm not telling it's not happening, it's happening. But few people, it's not
Ma'am,
everyone.
uh,
Yeah, yes or no?
ma'am, will they reach out or we have to reach out to them?
Based on they speak itself, you can understand what they mean. It won't be a direct.
Don't worry, Arman, you'll get chance and you will understand how it is.
Yeah.
So, Balar, basically, you're providing services in cloud and security, cyber security, networking. So, I what I sense is you're providing service, and there is you're working as middleman, right? There is
Yeah.
the company which is providing and the service,
Mhm.
the clients who are taking service, and you are actually directing them from where you're getting the services. Who are the parent company? I mean, the company which is providing the service.
If you take like there are big running companies like consulting companies where they will take customers who are having a turnover around 10 crores, 50 crores, like that. So the big players will be taking care of that. But people who are like turning over around 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs, they are small players. They can't spend that much. So these are our customer. These people are our customers. And there are vendors who are like startup companies. Say they will be running for around same like 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs turnovers, but their product will be so good. So first initially we go and we'll check on the vendor. So when we get the requirement of the client, we'll check and we'll make sure what to prioritize and what else not to prioritize because we are a consultant company. And based on the final draft, we will go and check on the vendors. Vendors checking will not be like we knew them, we'll get. No, it's not like that. We will go and check on 5 to 6 vendors. And based on their criteria and budget, we will compare with the final draft of our customer. If that is matching, like it is nearly matching, sometimes the match will be exact, but sometimes most probably they won't be same. There'll be ups and downs. So we need to convince both the ends. After that, when the things are smoother, we will connect that particular vendor to the client.
Do you feel that in future or maybe running a company, you in a small company, do you need the presence of the advocate or lawyer?
The presence of advocate, lawyer won't be required for a small company. Only when we are making sure, like for example, when we are agreement forms and SOWs, all these kinds of forms, we need a structure. That time we took a help from an advocate, but full-time advocate is not required because they won't be having much work. When it is a big firm, there will be a lot of paperwork and other things. But when it is a small firm, agreements and SOWs, these things work because we are meeting the owners directly. In big firms, it's not the case. The partner will be discussing, and based on that, the opposite also will be a partner. The owners will not come into the discussion. But in a small players, the owners are coming into discussion. Legal aspects will be like mainly we need one document, which is a it covers mostly all the terms, aspect, work knowledge, all these things will be coming in inside that. And later on, we will use that particular documents for our agreements and stuff. But full-time legal person is not required. Like how the corporate peoples have a legal person, that is not required.
So have you thought about bigger scale, like taking the government tenders
Mm-hmm.
in future, taking up government tenders?
In the government areas.
For ex
Uh,
Yeah, governments will be
Currently,
having projects
yeah,
and they will call for
yeah.
tenders. So
Mhm.
in that case, have you
Mhm.
thought about that?
No, as of now, we are not, we haven't considered about government tenders. We are going inside private lines and stuff. But might be in the future, once we have grown into a medium sized company, we can take because government tenders will be having more aspects where they need huge players to come in. Being only 10 to 15 peoples, we can't help with government. Might be with small projects we can help, not the bigger one. Bigger ones need a lot of people involvement. So at present, we haven't thought about taking the government tenders. We are thinking to do overseas and services, but not the government.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what would be the pros and cons for using our own money in business and seeking out outside funds?
Okay. First thing is when you start a company as a sole proprietor or partnership, it be like it's on you completely. Either it is a profit or a loss, everything will be on you. So that is the first risk that you're going to take. So the entire 15 lakhs which you are investing inside the company, if it is giving a profit for you, the entire profit is for you. If it is giving a loss and the entire profit, like loss is on you. Um, as of now, there is few schemes and funds where government has come up for MSME and credit for small scale industries. They have credit help services from law, like from government end, where this companies and all who's getting into a loss, the government will fund the loss, but for that credits and all, but they will also help in settling that amount in, for example, it's a for private sector is telling you to settle the amount in one like 3 or 4 months. The immediate need the government will do, they will give you 18 or 19 months time to return the amount to the government. Like that, they are also giving some schemes and all. So we can use it as a backup for.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if our company is having a low budget, that means we don't have any, we can't able to invest right now. So how to get a investors from the outside as a wholesaler company?
uh, you need to check on persons who basically people will be very interested in investing in the company, then involving directly in the business. Just check on all these that investor peoples, and you have to give presentation to them. For example, you can reach out to a big company, or for example, you have a company, software company, where you can reach out and you can explain about your service and you can ask for investment from them. Uh, or you can also reach out to the first thing, the known resource and the people who you can reach out through your known resource, you can go and first approach. Based on your service, what and all service you're providing, you can approach, you can have a, we'll tell it as a pitch presentation, where you're going to pitch your product or service. Based on that, if the investor is getting in impressed, then you can get the investor. But
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
unknown sources, I'm also not very sure because I have not seen people who do investment in South India. Mostly people who are from Mumbai, Delhi. I've seen people is doing investment, taking some risk on that. But here, I have not seen people trusting and coming and doing investment. It takes time. Unless and until you are you have some name, the people doesn't come forward and help you. That's a issue in South side.
Yeah, brand building is important.
Yeah.
So Shrikant, I showed you the video in the evening, right? That is pitching, how to pitch it in front of the people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you have to pitch about your services.
Yes.
Then they have to trust you. Then on they can invest in your product and services.
You can pitch your product in social media as well. Like you can give advertisement. Based on that, some investors will reach out for themselves. If they are interested in that short video, then you can get into the long video, like long conversation, get into a call. Like that also you can reach out to the investors if you want an unknown source. But that is also a risk because you need to check on background checks these things. We don't know whether that person is true or not. So,
Yeah.
Mala, before
Thank.
starting your company, did
mhm.
you guys go through any government websites for the subsidies available or the loan available?
We didn't personally went through because we had a clear plan of starting, and based on that, my dad was saving the amount. Me and my dad were saving the amount, so we generally didn't go into that aspect because the first issue is we have to apply. We need to see the eligibility, and many eligibilities were like the income that we had was not matching, so we were not able to take the loans. The people who are having a bit lesser income was having that advantage, but because my dad is working in abroad and he has a good amount of income, we were not able to get many. We were not eligible in many schemes. That was the issue for us. So either we need to depend on the private loan, or we need to go with our own money.
Otherwise,
But there are resources. For example, there are for specifically for women.
yeah.
We have a scheme, and also the SC/ST belonging. Then you can have a benefit of that. There is a scheme, and also MSME. If you're coming into medium, small, these kind of industry, sorry, enterprise, you can also get that advantage. That advantage was there, but it took a lot of time for us to take that money. We didn't have that much time to get it
Oh,
because
even
there's a lot of process.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So even after getting into starting your business or a company, I think
Mm.
even there will be sufficient time to apply for the schemes again to get the benefit from the government. There may be
Yeah.
years to get the benefit from the government, and even government of India and the state governments also do provide lot many facilities for women, especially.
Mm.
So
Mm.
there are people who are taking the advantage of this because they start the company in the name of the women and take the advantage and they get the funds. Yeah, Indians are really good in taking the advantage of the government facilities. That I agree. And uh, going forward, can you suggest what are the things you would think or maybe employ to avoid unnecessary taxes? We are not aware we pay a lot of taxes, but if we are aware, we can avoid some unnecessary taxes. If you're aware of the loopholes, if you're aware of the system, we can avoid them.
Mm. Actually, since we have given that to our CA, he's taking care of that completely. So I'm not that much aware of that. And as of now, we are not getting any income from company. We have just started the company. Uh, I'm not aware much about it, so I don't want to give a false information.
That's good. Anyway, once the company is up and it's floating, then you can come back and tell us
Yes.
how we can avoid the
Yeah.
taxes. Because Indians are
Yeah.
always fighting with taxes. There are ways to avoid the taxes, but only few know how to avoid and how to save the tax money. But mostly people who are not aware of it.
Actually,
CAs,
first thing is, if you're not turning, there is a minimum turnover, but I forgot the exact amount. There is a minimum turnover. Unless and until you reach that minimum turnover, there won't be any tax on it. That is it. That I knew. Once the business is started, and when you are turning over that minimum amount, then only you have to pay tax. Unless and until you can't. But that tax can be reduced by implementing like benefits to employees, like insurance benefits. And we have for this one, social things, doing social activities. These kinds of things will help you to reduce that taxes. You can show it and you can get back the amount.
Yeah. There are some places where they will ask if you got GST. Use that
Mm.
GST and you can get the tax benefit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then
These things and
whenever I book train tickets, I should apply the GST there. Yeah, definitely. Every time I end up paying more than 12 rupees or 13 rupees GST on that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm done with the questions. And if, others, please, if you got questions, put them forward.
I'm asking your point of view. So let's imagine, I started a company which is digital, no, which is working on cloud. So should I go for crowdfunding, or should I start searching for some angel investors or that kind of investing?
so when you are going into investor thing, first thing your company should be a private limited. Angel investors and these things are right. So it should be a private limited. So where that is a different process. That's what I'm telling. There are four structures. One is LLP. Okay. Second is private limited. Third one sole proprietor, and fourth one is partnership. So sole proprietor and partnership has a different process. But when you want an investor to come into your company, then you should be a private limited. So that will allow you to have a different kinds of benefits, and that is a different process on the whole.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes, Shrika.
Ma'am, what is the difference between private limited and normal sole property either partnership?
Yeah. So when you are a private limiter, you will be giving certain amount of your company stock to your investor. So he will be the liability of the company. So when you are getting a profit, that profit will be given as a dividend to the investor. So that time you should be a private limited. But when you're starting as a sole proprietor, the complete loss and profit of the company is yours. So once you're getting an investor, then your company will be termed as a private limited.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
because
Thank
you're
you, ma'am.
giving
Thus,
some amount of
uh,
the share to the company, you won't be the owner of the company. You'll be a shareholder of the company.
Yes.
thus being a what was it? Uh, private limited company is better than sole proprietorship, ma'am.
That depends on your feasibility, Arman. For example, we had a different agenda and mindset how we are going to run the company. But it's if your company, it depends on your company, what you're going to do, and what is your idea, business idea, whether you need an investor or not. If you need an investor, you have to go with the private limited. If you need if you don't need an investor, you can do your own investment on the business, then you can choose sole proprietor. So it's completely depend on the business idea and the structure what you're going in. Based on that, you have to choose the structure of the company. If you don't want an investor,
So
then you have to take a loan. That will be a sole proprietor. If you're taking an investor, then it's a private.
What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs who are just starting their journey?
So first advice is make sure you're not giving a huge investment in the company by taking a lot of loans and things. Start it small, gradually learn and increase your business size. That will help you in many ways because you won't be getting into debts a lot. Because first thing is initially when you're starting a company, if you're not employed, you are just leaving your job and starting that time giving a huge investment into it's a big risk. So it's better think small, how to start, then increase gradually the company size. That will help you in many ways. For example, you learn the business, and if something is getting lost and you are not able to hope up with the business, the debts will be minimum at that time. If it is a big investment, then you have to repay a lot of money where you end up paying the debt than living your own life. So it's better to start small, then increase the size of the.
So now currently your dad is working and is trying to set up a company, and you're working, you're trying to set up a company along with him. What do you think? People should be working to keep the regular income and start their startup or company, or should they directly have the courage to go and start the company? How do you look at it?
If they have a good backup, like they are doing, for example, if they have a good amount in their backup, they can just start their business. But if they don't have a sufficient fund, they are taking the loans from others, and that kinds of process, then it's better to have a employment in hand, and they can just start the company, because eventually initial stages it will take some time for us to get a client. So we have to work. Once your company is running smoothly, you have three to four kinds. You can work and you can get the income. That time you can leave your job and come into the business. But initially, when you are starting a business by taking a loan, it's better to have an employment in hand. Yeah, it will be too hard, because after completing your job, you need to come and see your business. And some factors, you need to have some person, trustable person, who's taking care of the business on your working hours is also one thing. So I have one of my um, known person who has a shop. She's actually working in Oracle, and she's also running a shop now. So that's like when she's going for working hours, she has appointed one guy in the shop. So he will take care of that shop, and she will go for work income. After completing her work, she will be taking care of the shop.